Hey guys, this is Spencer Campbell with EGM. I'm here with Matt, and we just got done playing some of the Paragon Early Access Beta. So I guess, first of all, what is Paragon?
Paragon's a MOBA from Epic, same company that brought us like Gears of War, and it's all in that third-person perspective, which is pretty incredible. I know you're thinking like, okay, well, Smite is third person, but this takes it to like a whole different level. Like it feels like a completely different style of third person MOBA.
Yeah, there's a lot of different MOBAs out there right now, and it seems like they're kind of like expanding at a rapid rate. So like, how is Paragon different than other?
Well, I think that like, one, I mean, just visually is completely different. A lot of MOBAs right now are very much like, let's go kind of cartoony and stylized, and this is like pretty gritty real. Like,
yeah, this looks like the most Unreal Engine game ever made.
Pretty
like,
much.
Just explosions and rocks cracking and
yeah, it looks great.
It looks incredible.
And I love that like when we were in the alpha, like Epic is constantly like, these are pre-release assets, like don't judge us based on our graphics, and it's gorgeous.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, it's like, what are you polishing from here on out?
So you said it's in beta now.
So yeah, with it being in beta, if you want to get in, the game's going to be free to play once it comes out, which they still haven't set an exact date for. But if you want to get in on the action, as of March 18th, you can pop in for early access with a Founders Pack, which is like $20, and that gives you a bunch of skins and boosts and whatnot. There are a couple different packages you can choose from, but then you can start playing.
And that's on PS4 and PC.
PS4 and PC.
So let's get into it. There are a lot of different heroes available right now.
Yeah.
There's probably about like 12 or so, maybe more.
Quite a few.
Yeah, there's a lot of different like damage dealers, tanks, healers. You've got kind of your generic MOBA characters.
Yeah.
And so why don't you tell me about a little bit about what you're doing?
Okay, so today we were playing a little bit earlier. You saw some of the gameplay. I was playing Decker a lot, who's kind of like a semi-support caster. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but has a lot of ways to control the battlefield. Her abilities have like an orb that she can launch. She has kind of this like gate like barrier that like traps people in that I love. That was her ult. And like a real interesting play. But then you were playing like a lot of ADCs today.
Yeah. And that's like attack damage carries. Mm-hmm. And that's they have like a lot of AoE damage was who I was going for, and it really let us have some crazy combos. You would throw down the shield, and then we would be in this sphere of just people getting melted while we were it was amazing. And I think that's something that this game does really well is the meshing between characters always feels good. When I'm in a lane with someone, it feels like our ultimates like kind of align.
Yeah, they're very synergistic.
Yeah, and the way that you kind of go about getting your character spec'd out, there's no like traditional item buy like in other MOBAs. So it's done through cards. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. So Paragon has a card system where as you level up, this is something you can't buy, so it's not pay to play. You unlock card decks of like sets of 5, and those card decks will have cards of different like rarities and different powers, and you'll have equipment, and then you'll have the points that you put into that. So like maybe you have a staff, and that staff gives you like cooldown reduction for your spells or your abilities, and then into that you can plug in like maybe something that gives you more mana. Or
it has like, each card has like socket.
Yeah, so you can build them up however you want, and you get to have a deck of up to 40 cards. So by building your deck and continuing leveling and getting more cards, you can kind of customize it to be exactly how you want, which seems a little overwhelming at first, but like I actually like having only 40 possible options like once I go in.
I know figuring out all the different items in a MOBA can get like completely overwhelming. I think that building your own deck, it's nice, yeah. And something else that is crazy about the game is the map is really big, like huge.
The map is massive.
Yeah, it has lots of different parts that make it up.
And what's cool is it is a traditional like 3-lane MOBA map. Mm-hmm. But I don't ever feel like I'm stuck in that. Like it's so easy to go from like, you know, I guess top to mid, but it'd be right or left because they do it all stacked north and south. But like I never felt like, oh, I really have to pull from this lane over here. It was like, oh, this is real easy to get to.
Yeah.
And you can make some real quick decisions.
Yeah, and one thing, you can go through the jungle, which is really interesting the way that they've integrated the jungle into this game, which there are these like little camps in this valley in between each lane, and you can go in, but also you're kind of susceptible to attacks from above, and you're kind of sequestered, and it's like the way that you can get from lane to lane as well. And there's a lot of opportunities. There were a couple times where I'm running through the jungle, and then all of a sudden I see someone doing trying to take a camp. I'm like, oh man, and you can fight them there, and so like kind of a lot of spontaneity in there too.
Yeah, and it's what I love is it actually feels like a jungle, like
in
a way where it's like you could get lost in there and never find your way out.
Yeah. It does get easy to get turned around when you're in there.
In like the best way.
Yeah, Like, and another thing that's interesting is the verticality upwards as well. Like there's a lot of spots. There are different sniper characters and stuff, and they can take advantage of these cliffs that are there, and you might be getting attacked and be like, wait, where? And it's the guy above you, or even better, you might be up there shooting guys down and just feeling like a champion.
And because you're in that third person camera, like it's not that like godlike omniscient view of the entire map. It's real easy to like either sneak around or be snuck up on. Like it's really neat. You have to really pay attention to your mini map and everything if you want to succeed.
I guess that's about it, right?
Yeah.
So you can play the game on PC or PS4 starting on the 18th.
Starting on the 18th, if you buy that Founders Pack. If you were in the alpha, you can actually play starting today.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah.